Hey, good morning. Good morning, and welcome to this week's edition of Coffee Chat with me. I'm Catherine Oster, and this is the final one for 2022. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Where has the year gone? Hey, good morning, Mom. Yeah, wow. Wow. So I'm curious. How was your holiday season? How was your Christmas? How was your Hanukkah? Maybe it's not even Hanukkah yet. We're gonna scratch that. How was how was what you celebrate? I wonder. For us it was pretty good. We had a plan change. We were planned, I think I talked about this. Hey, good morning, Lil. I think I talked about this on the Friday coffee chat before. We were gonna travel down to my brother's, and then the weather, it just wasn't good. So we stayed home and we chillaxed and we got together with Travis's family again because they're all really close and going with the flow. That is something that living living in Canada has and of farming and with livestock and animals, you always have to go with the flow of weather. Okay. So as 2023, hi Ross, good morning. As 2023, whoa, comes to a close, I was going to say, but no, it is 2022. Just jumped into the future there. As 2022 comes to a close, it's like, reflect on what the year was for you. It's actually, and I know everybody says this and everybody, is like, make your New Year's resolution, but that's not really the energy that I look at it. One aspect of creating your life is actually acknowledging what is, what did show up, and then like asking for what you would like to have. And it might not show up in 2023. Like, make your ask list. So just take a second if you can, or listen to this at another time when you can, or you don't even have to listen to it again, but like, what was 2022 for you? Kind of in the world, we got beyond COVID. Masks, went away for the most part. So there was that aspect. People started traveling again. There was some craziness with the airlines. Uh, Inflation, just kind of as a world, like that was 2022. Um, but what was it for you? You know, What was 2022 for you with your body? Was it pretty good, pretty smooth sailing? Did you have some health bumps that you're looking at? And what would you like to create with your body? I know for me with my body, 2022 has been interesting. I'm actually choosing this whole Pilates program from the energy of I want to be a better rider in the saddle. Like, I actually want to ride a Grand Prix horse, a Grand Prix dressage test, and I know that that takes more strength and awareness than I had in my body. And what I started to, and then with my horse stuff, I started coaching with a coach out of Alberta, Edmonton, and started hosting her for clinics. And I noticed a common theme was I rode a couple different horses with her, and both horses struggled with their right side. So it's like, who is the common thread here? Is it actually both horses, or is it the rider that doesn't have a strong enough right side of my body to use it effectively? So I took that, and it's funny, and notice this in your life where you blame other things. So before, I'm like, oh well, the horse is just stiff to the right. Oh, the horse just has a hard time picking up its right lead. Yes, it could be that. And is it really? Like, was I looking at where I could make the difference with the horse and support that through myself? Because the horse is not going to get stronger on its own. The horse doesn't go out and practice right lead canter circles in the pasture. So I really looked at that and took it upon myself, like, no, I'm actually going to do something different with my body. Now, the other workout programs that I would do with my body was very much force and effort and a lot of high intensity, and I would always end up hurting myself. So then I just kind of strayed away from working out. But then my massage therapist was telling me about this Pilates lady in Lloydminster and how she'd been seeing her and really, really happy with the results she's been getting. And so then I started. And it was really cool because I started with private Pilates lessons, and the private Pilates lessons, the personalization of the exercises to your body was massive. It was huge. And I noticed right after my first session, when I got back in the saddle, I noticed a difference. And I've probably gone about 8 times now, just once a week. And I noticed a huge difference in how I walk. I really had to strengthen my inner thighs and my hamstrings, whereas previously my quads and my hip flexors were very dominant, which would then pull my hips out of place, and then I would hurt my back. So it's all changing, and I'm noticing a difference in the saddle. But notice in your life where you make something somebody else's thing. Like, so for me with the horses, I was like, oh, they're just stiff on the right side, and oh, they don't like picking up the right canter lead. But that's not coming from a position of where I'm empowering myself to change it. And then I changed that, and then I did look at what I could change for myself with it. But like, well, Christmas supper would have been so much more fun if so-and-so didn't say that or didn't do that. And yes, I know you cannot control what other people do or say. You can only choose for yourself. What could you choose differently in those moments so it could be different for you? And that's putting you in the driver's seat of your life. Listening to some people talk over Christmas about their lives, and 99% of it was, well, this happened to me, and and we couldn't do this because of this, and it's like, wait a second, what is it really, and are you willing to own that you are the creator of your life? Well, they didn't stop at the stop sign, and they didn't, so then I ended up having an accident. Well, how much more present would you need to be while you're driving in your life so you can notice those things before they become a problem? And that's what I've really also been cultivating over the last 8 years, is being more present in my life. Being more present in your life also allows you to engage in the moment, like to actually be present and enjoying the moment. So that's also one of the things that I'm asking more of for myself in 2023, is like more presence, more engagement, more choosing. And when you are actively choosing and creating, you often feel more joy and fulfillment and peace, because you're no longer scared about what's going to happen to you, because you are the thing that happens. So it's actually really empowering. Anyway, back on track. So 2022, what was the year for you with your body? How was 2020? Maybe it was just cool and you're just like cool with it, and that's cool. Maybe there's something you would like to, so many people want to lose weight, and I really kind of just gave that up, because the number on the scale doesn't actually mean anything. And what I started looking for is like just feeling good with my body, communion with my body, strengthening the body. And now the shape is changing. I'm also doing some things like apple cider vinegar has a lot of health benefits. So I'm kind of playing around with this apple cider vinegar. Well, I've been doing it for just over a week now, where I take 2 tablespoons a day. But at the beginning, it was both in the morning, and now I'm going to kind of do 1 in the morning, 1 at lunchtime, 1 tablespoon with some water, and just see what that creates for my body. There's also this detox drink that I would like to add with 100% pure cranberry juice and 100% and some lemon juice and apple cider vinegar all mixed together. And when I was looking up the health benefits of cranberry juice and lemon juice, it's actually really phenomenal. Blood sugar regulation and cholesterol, metabolism, detoxing. And another thing that Pilates does is how you move is so, like, I would say it's really deep. Like, the exercises you do are really deep. You're really working the insides, and you're really like squeezing the organs with the twists, and it's really slow. It can be faster, but really, like, it gets everything flowing in your body. And so that's starting to change things too. And it's good for people of all I'm going back to Pilates again. So even if you're an older person, at least with Stephanie, she tailors for you and your body and what level you're at, which is such a gift. So what would you like if you weren't trying to force your body to be a certain way, to be smaller, to be lighter? I've done that a few times where I forced my body into that, and it never lasts. It's just not something that is sustainable. So what do I really desire with my body? To feel good with it, to not judge it, to acknowledge it, to live with it, to be happy with it. That. Hey, Robert. And then it's like, okay, so what about your job? How is that for you this year? What would you like to change with it? Like, really kind of taking a stock inventory of your life. Simone Milasas, she's also a certified facilitator with Access. She's like, well, if you don't have a business, you have a life. What if you made your life your business and you looked at all the areas of your life or your business, your finances, your body, your relationships, and actually allow yourself to be vulnerable with what's not really working for you? And what would you like to make greater? How could I change this? Like, start wondering about that. Don't just jump to a conclusion about what it's going to take to change it. Well, I just need to get a divorce and then I'll be happier. I used to think that with Travis, we went through a lot of, he would get so stressed out with farming. And he would just be cranky because there was so much stress. And I would I could just be, I would just be happy if he wasn't so miserable all the time. And remember, let's go back to the statement. Like, I was not empowering myself. I was making myself the effect of him and what he was choosing. And it's like, no, Catherine, would you actually like to just choose happiness and joy for you no matter what he's choosing? And that's what it had to get down to. And now he's different too. So how does it get better? So anyway, just a few meanderings, what would you like? And if you don't ask for something, the universe, consciousness does not know what to deliver to you. So ask, would you like more money? I'd really like to have more cash now, please. What is that going to take? What would that be like? I'd really like to have more cash. How could money flow into my life? I'm really getting tired of my job, like, what else could I create financially that's a little more easier for my body? Like, start asking, get curious with it. And if it doesn't show up in a month or 2 months or even this year, it doesn't mean you asked wrong. It just means things need time to rearrange themselves. So that, and what else is possible? And Happy New Year's. It's in a few days. We're actually going to head up to our cabin for a few days today. So as you can see, I'm not all done up for work because I'm not going to work today. But yeah, Happy New Year's. And what else is possible for 2023? For you, for us, for me, that is beyond what we could ever imagine. I wonder. Okay, bye-bye for now.